Hey, good morning, everyone. Obviously, we couldn't meet in on Zoom, so we're going to meet asynchronously. So I'm going to give you a short video that's going to kind of explain what we're going to do today. So here we go. So as you know, you've learned how to factor expressions. So I'm going to quickly go through an area model of this because that is what you're going to do today on more complex factoring problems. So if we remember, we set up x squared in the upper left, and then the last term you put in the bottom right. Okay, so that's the first thing we do. Then we think about what will multiply to give me negative 18, and what will add to give me 3x. So here are the factors of 18, 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. Which one is going to work? So now let me minimize the screen a little bit so that I can type these numbers in. So I know that 3 and 6 are going to work. So I want it to be 3x and 6x, and I want the 6x to be positive. So 6x and negative 3x. And now if you add all of that together, you're going to get what the standard form of that is. So now what we want to do is we want to fill in the outside to make sure that that works. So what times what will give me x squared? We would put x here, and we would put x here. That'll give me x squared. Now, x times what will give me 6x? 6. So I would put that here. And then if I do the side, fill this one in, I would do x times what will give me negative 3x? Negative 3. And then I know that my answer is going to be x plus 6x minus 3. And I'll go ahead and write that in here. It won't be very large, but you get the idea. X plus 6x minus 3. That is the factored form of the problem that was given. And you can check it, substitute it in, and see if you get the correct answer. But that's how the area model works. So now what's going to happen is we're actually going to look at a problem where we deal with where the a term, or the number in front of your x squared, is 3. So now notice it has a number other than 1 here. So that's going to make these a little more complicated. So here's what's going to happen in class today. So everyone's going to go to Google Classroom. Okay, now this is an example for block 1, but all classes are the same. So if you go to Thursday, May 13th, you're going to see 3 different activities. Well, you just found the good morning video from Mr. Gage. That's this one. Okay. Then you have a Desmos activity that you're going to do right after this video. And then you're going to do the quizzes right after that. And the quizzes will be for a grade, and so will the Desmos. And the quizzes will be graded on accuracy. So please review the Desmos activity. So now when you open up the Desmos activity, okay, it's going to look like this. And then yes, there's a number of slides. It'll take you a little bit, but again, you have an 80-minute class, and you're probably going to get this done with a lot of time left over. So when you go through this, it says watch the video for an example. You definitely may benefit from watching this if you're confused after listening to this video. Okay. When you go to the first one, so now notice we have 3x squared plus 11x plus 10. We're going to do the area model, and this Desmos activity is fantastic at laying it out for you. So go ahead and read what it says. Start by labeling the area model for rectangles 1 and 4. So in the upper left, again, we would put 3x squared. Now try to not go too fast and not too slow. And in the bottom right, we always put the last term, so that's positive 10. And now what does this mean? Product of main diagonal. Well, what we're going to do is multiply these diagonally. So 3x squared times 10, what would that give me? 30x squared. Okay, this is going to show you how to factor, and I'm telling you, the more practice you have at this, you're going to get really, really good. Okay, so now you want to check them just to make sure you're correct. We're correct. We can move on. So now once I have this, now it tells me, now identify factor pairs of 30x squared. So remember, when you multiplied it, you got 30x squared. So now you have to think about what will multiply to give me 30x squared and add to give me 11x. So what will multiply to give me 30 and will add to give me 11. So think of the factors: 6 and 5, 10 and 3, 15 and 2, And 6 and 5 seem to work. So I'm going to put in 6x and 5x. Now take a look. Do you agree that 6x and 5x will give me 11x? And remember, we wanted it to multiply to give me this product. So 6x times 5x gives me 30x squared. So this is going to work. I check it, make sure I'm good to go. Now, the next part, okay? Use the area model to finish factoring 3x squared plus 11x plus 10. So now if you look at this, what can I factor out of 3x squared and 6x? What's common in these? Okay, so we could factor out. All right, I could factor out a 3x. So let me check my answers. And so far, I'm right. So now, second red line. So what can I factor out here? So look across 5x and 10. What's in common with these? 5. So I could put that here. If you want to check, you could keep checking it. All right, now we could fill in this area model. 3x times what will give me 3x squared? So right up here, the first blue line needs to be x. And I know that's right. So now if I do the last one, 3x times what will give me 6x? That's 2. And what would the factored form be? So just like we did on the basic examples at the beginning, we could do the same thing. So we would have x plus 2 and 3x plus 5. And check my answer. And I did fantastic. So then I would move on and I would do the next problem. So you would go through the same thing. And again, if I went too fast, if you go back to slide 2, there is a lady that's going to explain this to you and lay it out, and you can rewind it and fast forward it. And you can do the same with this video. All right. Now, once you're done with this and you've done all the slides, then what you're going to do is you're going to go back and then you're going to click on the quizzes. There's 14 questions. And you're going to do those 14 questions and see how well you do. And then on Friday, we'll talk about it. So just please make sure you do the work for today. So Desmos activity, quizzes, factoring. And remember, if you didn't do, if you didn't do the homework from yesterday, lesson 8 and lesson 9 practice problems, make sure those get done as well. Okay, that's it for me. So hopefully you guys have a great day and I'll see you tomorrow.